Yo, you two, what it do? Hydric69, aka your mom's favorite mobile boy, back with another video. And today I'm going to be giving you guys some tips for those of you who might be playing on 30 or 20 FPS, or really these will help anybody in any situation, but it's more geared towards low FPS players. If you guys would like to win some free V-Bucks, make sure you subscribe to the channel with notifications on, like the videos, and comment on the videos of this current week. If you do that, you'll be entered in our weekly V-Buck giveaway. Every Sunday, we do a V-Buck giveaway where we give out V-Bucks to somebody in a community post. Real quickly, if you guys want to support the channel, subscribing helps so much. Only 75% of our viewers actually hit the subscribe button after watching a video, so it means a lot to us, as well as you could win some free V-Bucks and play on stream with us. My first tip for low FPS players is perfect your basics. And now what I mean by this editing wise is not doing what I just did there, trying to do like fancy edits and a bunch of edits in a row. You really only want to do simple edits like the top triangle or the one right there, like getting your windows right, as well as the triangles, because you can do so many different variations from that if your FPS increases or you don't have lag. So by just perfecting these simple edits, you don't need the flashy ones. It's going to help you win a lot of games, because if you can see right now, there's still a bunch of AIs. Like this guy might be real, probably not though, but you'll see like just a lot of really bad players. So if you have the basics down and you've nailed them, it's going to help you tremendously. Perfecting your basics really applies to everything. So what I mean by this in building is have your 90s as well as AAA ramp down. If you guys can do those two things, honestly you can outbuild most people in the game. If you have these perfected and every time you can do them perfectly, full speed, it's going to help so much. We have tutorials on these, but really they're not too complicated, and once you can AAA ramp as well as 90, you're really going to be free to push anybody in the game. Something to take into careful consideration when you guys are practicing is you want to practice stuff you're actually going to use in real games and that's going to help you win games. Stuff like high ground retakes and fancy edits aren't going to win you games. They might get you clips and look good and maybe help for a video, and yes, I know how to do them, but do I use them in real games, especially in arena games? No. And if you guys watch players like Mongrel, Benji Fishy, any of the best, they're not flexing high ground retakes or doing anything crazy. They've had their basics down and mastered for a while now. So by able to use these basic key things like 90ing, ramp rushes, waterfalling, they don't mess up on these things, and it allows them to win games. If you guys are wondering, like, you're practicing all this fancy stuff, high ground retakes and stuff like that, which is going to be even harder on FPS or low FPS, and you're not winning games, it's because you're not practicing the right things. Perfect your basics and you guys will see a big increase in your gameplay as well as wins. Now, some game modes that I would recommend for you guys to help get stuff like waterfalling, 90s, and AAA ramp rushes down are stuff like Zone Wars as well as box fights. These are going to help you out, especially if you're on low FPS, because these represent endgame as well as close-up fight scenarios where you may be in low health or you're the one who's playing aggressive and pushing somebody with low health. Now, why this is good for low FPS players is really in the beginning, you're probably going to be fine, but it's when you're seeing endgame, circles get smaller, zones start moving faster, that you're probably going to see a decrease in your FPS, and this is where you're going to want to be skilled and have more confidence. The more you guys play Zone Wars and box fights, the more you're going to have in-game confidence for endgame scenarios where you know you've done this before, and it's really, you're not going to stress out, especially in important games like tournaments or arena games where you're trying to get more points. Some drop spots of this season that I would recommend for low FPS players is definitely Salty Springs, the Reptilia, as well as Pleasant Park. Now, Pleasant Park and Salty are two locations that have been in the game for over a year now. Like, I don't even know if the game's 2 years old, but it's been in forever. And if you know these spots, you're going to feel comfortable. So if your FPS is bad, you're still going to play fine. I recommend you guys play at kind of like simple spots. Reptilia is a really good one to get heals, but there are also a bunch of the AI bots, or henchmen I mean, and by going next to these things and new things in the game, it's probably going to increase your lag just because Fortnite is usually optimized last. So new stuff like a ton of henchmen or anything else in the game that's new is probably going to cause more lag and a decrease in your FPS. So by sticking to places you already know, it's going to help you a lot. I hope these tips helped you out, and I hope you guys get some more wins in Season 3. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to drop a like if you did, and thank you guys so much for the support. 20K soon. Peace!